Hello again my friends, so another E3 has come and gone. I captured some Destiny 2 PC gameplay in crisp 4K, got some hands-on time with the new Arc Strider subclass, and kept a tab on all the tasty Destiny 2 news so that I could make a big fat roundup video like this one. So grab yourself a little snack and let's do this. Now we're going to start with a list of things that didn't make it into Destiny 2. Think of this as a Destiny 1 obituary. So then no Rumble, no heavy machine guns, no Warlock self-threads, you won't be returning to Mars, the quest log from Destiny 1 is being scrapped, the Sunsinger, Defender and Blade Dancer subclasses are being left behind, the Exo Stranger, who didn't have time to explain why she didn't have time to explain, isn't returning, you won't be able to port your character from console to PC, there will be no ranking system for PvP, and most heartbreaking of all, still no beards in Destiny 2. Now, as a man with a beard, I feel violated. This is clearly beard discrimination. Here's my reaction when I heard the tragic news at E3. Right, that's quite enough E3 shenanigans. Let's kick things off with this Luke Smith interview from PC Gamer. Lots of really good info here. So then, now that Bungie is free from the shackles of old gen hardware, namely Xbox 360 and PS3, what does this mean for Destiny 2? Well, according to Luke Smith, larger worlds, larger play spaces, more AI, and the ability to launch more complex activities while patrolling. Now, an example of this would be the new adventure icons you'll find dotted around your world map. Adventures are 10 to 15 minute missions with narrative, dialogue, interesting gameplay mechanics, rewards to earn, and NPCs that will help you unlock the lore of the surrounding area. For example, a sniper in a church roof picking off fallen enemies below. Now, specific story details of these adventures have remained a closely guarded secret until now. Luke Smith revealed that adventures will almost always launch in a public space, so if a certain adventure starts with an enemy onslaught, for example, random players around you will be able to help out. Luke Smith also revealed mission details of one specific adventure. In the European Dead Zone, you'll encounter Cabal Scions casting invulnerability shields on another creature. You'll need to take down the Scions, break their invulnerability shields, and finish off the now exposed creature. It's a gameplay mechanic that occurs throughout this specific adventure. This then leads you into a dark forest where you'll learn more about these Scions. Your adventure will culminate with you fighting a boss with a giant gun and waves of enemies. And yes, those pesky Scions also re-enter the fray with their invulnerability shields. Each adventure will have a certain gameplay mechanic that you need to master. Now, interestingly, Luke Smith was asked if these adventures will be replayable. Initially, Bungie wanted them to be a one-time only mission so you could work through them and clear them off your map. But Bungie decided to greenlight a replayability feature for adventures, which means you'll be able to access them even after you've completed them if you so desire. Now, remember at the start of the video when I said the Sunsinger, Defender and Blade Dancer subclasses were being left behind? Well, here's why, starting with the Sunsinger. Destiny 1 players will know that the Warlock Sunsinger subclass allowed you to perform Fireborn, a self-resurrection mechanic that effectively gives you another life. This encouraged players to hold back their super until they died. For Destiny 2, Bungie wants supers that encourage you to use them in the heat of battle, and so we now have Dawnblade. As for Blade Dancer, well, that's become Arc Strider, so it's not been removed as such, rather transformed into something a little different. For example, unlike Blade Dancer, Arc Strider has no stealth capabilities and feels more fun to use and fight against in PvP. Now, as for the Titan Defender subclass, well, certain elements of it have been incorporated into the new Sentinel subclass that you see here. Now, the Sentinel has an awesome new super that allows you to perform god tier shenanigans with a Void Shield. It's the subclass I'm most looking forward to using, and yes, you'll be able to use it during the beta. If you've got a Captain America fetish, this is what you're gonna main. I mean, just look at it. And get this, one of the Sentinel skill paths has an option for you to cast a good old-fashioned Ward of Dawn, effectively giving you two supers in one subclass. Bungie describes the Sentinel as an aggressive support character, and it's not hard to see why. You have the option to demolish foes with your shield or defend and protect teammates with your bubble. Tasty. So as you can see, some elements of the old subclasses live on in the new subclasses. And here's a few other things worth noting. There will be a vault on the farm, Destiny's new social space, but Bungie is yet to reveal how big it's going to be. And sadly, ships are still nothing more than something pretty to look at during loading screens. And in case you were curious, this ship is called City Apex. It's the PlayStation exclusive ship. And now for some more E3 shenanigans, things get a little silly from here on in, you've been warned.
My name is Mike. Per Ardasha and Astra. See you Starside. I'll give you that one back if I can. Thanks very much. We're good. Oh, that's bright. How did you do that?
So yeah, I got to meet Tom, aka Syndicate, the Sauce Boss himself, Harley, Angry Joe, who's actually really happy, and the legendary Ian, aka iDubbbz TV, in what's possibly the worst taken photo of all time. So hey, that's pretty good. Okay, sorry, I will never do that again. And that, my dear specimens of humanity, brings us to the end of this news roundup video. But there's more to come, oh yes indeedy. Now, the more I read about Destiny 2, the more I'm convinced this game will consume me, and you, and your pals. My next video will be just as packed with Destiny 2 news, so stay tuned for that. Now, you can help out MoreConsole by liking this video, and if you want to watch more Destiny 2 news right now, and you really should, click this image. Thumbs up if you enjoyed the video, subscribe for heaps more Destiny 2 news, and thank you so much for watching, and as always, until next time, Guardians.